Hey guys and girls, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 7 trap foods that you should avoid if you want to lose fat, build muscle, increase endurance, and keep a healthy heart rate as well. Okay guys, let's get into it. So like I said at the beginning guys, we're going to talk about the top 7 foods to avoid that's going to help you lose fat and also keep it off as well. Since it's the month of Ramadan, I know we can get into unhealthy eating habits because you are low on calories, you are dehydrated, and you are fasting the whole day. So this time I just thought I'd share a video of top 7 foods to avoid to help you keep the fat off. So and guys, this list is in no particular order. It is just a general list of foods that I generally tend to avoid, and I think that's important for you guys as my fan base also to avoid as well, because they are usually high in calories, high in fats, high in sodium, and extremely processed. And they are usually considered sometimes to be healthy foods, but they're not necessarily healthy. And like I said guys, it's in no particular order, but I'm going to be numbering them 1 to 7. Okay, so number one is actually a surprising one actually. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, how can this be unhealthy? But actually it is if you look at the nutrition label carefully, and that is yogurt. Now I'm not talking about Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, which is very high in protein, very low in fats, and also quite low in calories, is good for you. However, the normal, general, traditional yogurt, usually the ones with the fruit at the bottom, are quite unhealthy because of the number of added sugars added. There's been tons of research done that shows that yogurt is the way that yogurt is made today. There's tons of preservatives, tons of added sugars, etc., which obviously increase your waistline. An average cup of yogurt will have about 200 to 300 calories, which is a lot just for a small serving of yogurt. So instead, a good alternative for this would be to have Greek yogurt instead. Greek yogurt is far less low in calories, and make sure you get the right brand and the right and read the nutrition label. If you can get one that has like for 200 grams of yogurt, like 100 something calories, and a lot of it is protein, that's a good brand for you to go for. If you want me to make a video about how to read nutrition labels properly, I will do that as well. Okay guys, the next trap food that you should avoid are cereal bars. Now cereal bars are again highly processed. They are very high in calories in general, and they're also again full of added sugars. Just a tip guys, when you're going to the supermarket, one thing you should avoid, one thing you should look out for is do a perimeter of the supermarket first, because usually the healthy foods are found along the perimeter, which are your vegetables, your fruits, your lean meats, etc. And then at the very last do your processed foods, which are like your brown rice, etc., which are in the aisles. But generally you should be buying majority of your foods from the perimeter. Just a tip guys. Okay, the second worst food is cereal bars. Cereal bars are not exactly the best thing to have for breakfast, because again, like I said, they're high in calories, high in sugar, very dense. One cereal bar could have between up to 300 calories, and it doesn't really fill you up. The satiety effect, the satiety effect isn't very high. So what I recommend instead of having cereal bars is going for oatmeal with a bit of protein powder or some eggs and then some cinnamon as well. It's a far better choice because it helps you, keeps you full, keeps you satiated for longer, and oatmeal is one of the highest satiating foods out there. So like I said, it'll keep you full till your next meal. Also, it has a lot of fiber to keep you full, and oatmeal doesn't help spike your blood sugar that well because it's a low glycemic index carb, and that's extremely good for you as well. The next trap food you should avoid are baked beans. Now, beans in general are extremely good for you. You get pinto beans, lima beans, black beans, red beans, jelly beans. Oh no, sorry, not jelly beans guys, but sorry, jokes apart, beans are actually very healthy for you, not jelly beans, but baked beans in general have a lot of preservatives added and a lot of sodium, and which makes you much more bloated and much more susceptible to eating more calories. Baked beans are usually, they're added with like lots of syrup, salt, preservatives, and for this reason alone, I don't have them like that. A good alternative would be instead to have the beans generally cook them by themselves and have them like that. I think that's a much better alternative. You can season them however you want, use Spanish seasonings, etc. But yeah, generally avoid any type of like I said, preservative or trap foods in that way. All right, guys. The next trap food actually that's actually not good for you is sushi. Now, sushi by itself is a healthy meal, but if you're trying to lose fat and lose weight, sushi is not exactly a good choice because it's high in calories because of the carbohydrate content, and also it's not very satiating and it's very low in protein. And that for that reason you can eat a ton of it, not really feel that full, and have your calories go high and not have that much protein, which means that you're not going to be able to preserve your muscle and not be able to lose fat. And that's the main reason for sushi being bad. Other than that, also sushi, there's a lot of things added in the middle, like sometimes sushi can be with like avocado, with like guacamole inside. Guacamole by itself is not bad, but if you eat too much of it, it's very calorie dense and very high. So for that reason, I would say just avoid sushi when you're trying to cut fat. However, if you want to have it as a cheat meal. A better alternative would be this, to have something with a higher satiety index. You can actually cook your own potatoes, which are the number one satiety food, in an air fryer, and you can eat like a ton of it and not have that many calories and feel extremely full and satiated and full of energy. Sweet potatoes or white potatoes. Actually, white potatoes get a bad name because people usually have it fried, but again, sweet potato and white potato are good if you air fry them without oil, or bake them, or roast them, or grill them, or whatever. Alright guys, that's the next one. The next trap food actually a lot of people make a mistake on is juices, and this is a big one because people have juice all the time. They say apple juice is good for you, orange juice is good for you, and in general they are good for you when they're freshly made. And but however, if you're buying it from a supermarket or eating it on a plane or eating it at a restaurant or something, they're usually quite processed, which means that they're full of added sugars, added preservatives to keep them on the shelf life for longer. Also, when you make a juice out of a fruit, you're losing the pulp, which is the fiber of it, and pulp is the thing that makes you full. Now, if you eat an apple is one of the most satiety-inducing foods. It's extremely good for you, no matter what variety of apple you eat. However, obviously, when you make a juice, whether you make it freshly made or in the restaurant, you're losing most of the pulp. So instead of actually making juices, I would actually recommend you eating the fruit on whole, because it gives you so much more this thing. A lot of people talk about fruits having lots of sugar, but actually, if you know how to incorporate fruits in your diet, then you will get more bang for your buck, and fruits can be extremely healthy for you as well. Guys, the next trap food that's actually not good for you is granola. Now, granola is quite a surprising one because generally, it's considered to be healthy, but granola is very, very high in calories. A small amount of granola can have a ton of calories inside it. Also, and that's because of the fats inside them. Because you've got lots of nuts, lots of seeds, lots of oils, and also you've got a lot of sugar to bind these all together. So you've got like these chunks of this thing, and then you've got lots of calories inside them. Instead, what I recommend is having an oatmeal and then sprinkling a bit of granola on top of it for flavor. And that's what I do sometimes. I wouldn't generally necessarily have granola on its own. And that's the reason for that. The reason is it's extremely high in calories, high in fat content, which is not a bad thing, but you're not getting your most bang for your buck if you're trying to lose fat this way. And also, it's got a lot of sugar in it as well, so you got to be careful with that. And guys, the final trap food is deli meats. Now, deli meats, I thought they were healthy for you before. However, when you actually look at it, they were quite low in protein, and they're also very high in sodium, and they don't really fill you up as much as eating like a normal meat, like a chicken or beef or fish or a turkey breast or something like that. So I would say have them as a snack once in a way, but generally avoid them or if you can. Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and a comment below, and tell me what you'd like to see next. I'll try and include it in my next few videos. Please do subscribe and click the bell notification button because I put out a new video every single week. Guys, if you're looking for more tips on health, nutrition, fitness, mindset, motivation, come back to this channel. Again, I put out a video every single week, and thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.